Symphony of the Night is today regarded as an all-time masterpiece of game design that helped codify one of gaming's most celebrated genres. But back in the late 90s, the reception to this game was chilly to say the least. You see, the PS1 and N64 were all the rage, and games were exploring the burgeoning new era of 3D entertainment. Now, I wasn't alive to experience it, but I imagine it was similar to what live service games did to traditional online multiplayer. One game was wildly successful beyond belief, and suddenly every single publisher decided this was the new mainstream and completely abandoned the old way of doing things. I will now wash my mouth out for comparing Mario 64 to Fortnite. But as incomprehensible as this mindset is today, 2D games were looked down upon as products of a lesser time, like how black and white films were seen after the introduction of colour. Especially on the PS1, which pushed iconic franchises into the realms of 3D, like Final Fantasy, to thunderous success. Sony wasn't interested in games that didn't show off the cutting-edge technology they had developed. As such, 2D games like Mega Man and Castlevania had to jump through some extra hoops to even be released. What's more is that the general audience for games at the time were easily manipulated children and teenagers and still had faith in figures of authority. So they fell for the anti-2D stigma that Sony was pushing, making them seem untubular in comparison. So along comes Castlevania on the PS1, sporting the traditional 2D pixel graphics of years old, and it's seen as outdated before it even released. What's more, it's a radical new direction for the series, meaning that the Super Nintendo fans of Castlevania are alienated by this new genre. Receiving little marketing from either Sony or Konami, Symphony of the Night launched as a commercial failure that went largely overlooked by the PS1 audience. Of course, what you must understand is that these people were stupid.